Hello everybody, welcome back to the Cannabis Fisherman. My name is David McCulloch and I'm here to talk to you today about a book that I co-authored. This is a project that got started in 2016. It's a book about starting and running a marijuana business. It's an idiot's guide from Penguin Press. Starting and running a marijuana business. Now the first thing you'll notice about this book is that it does not have my name on the cover. And that was a little disturbing to me. So there's a story behind it. Let me explain to you why that is. It says the author is Debbie Goldsberry, and Debbie's the one who asked me to help her write the book. Here's the story behind the project. Back in early 2016, Debbie made a deal with Penguin Press to write a book, a step-by-step instruction on starting and running a marijuana business. Any type of marijuana business, not just a retail store, but it covers cultivation, manufacturing, all the different types of legal cannabis businesses. So she was asked by Penguin Press to write the book, and she signed the contract to write the book. And she was given a certain amount of time to get the book written and submit it to the editor. And I think it was 9 months or a year or something like that she had. I don't remember, but the time had gone by, and it came to just a couple of months, or just under a couple of months before the project was due to be turned in. She hadn't written anything, and she called me up and she asked me, Dave, I need your help. I need some help writing this book. I haven't written anything. And she told me, I've done a lot of writing in the past. I've never written a book before, but I've done a lot of writing. A lot of stuff she'd read in trade industry magazine, cannabis industry magazines, articles that I've written and things like that. Some stuff on alternate.org and whatnot. So I have a particular skill, I'm pretty good at writing, so she asked me if I'd help her write the book. And I said yes. I didn't ask any conditions. I didn't say how much am I getting paid. I didn't say only if I didn't have my name on the cover or anything. I just said yes. I jumped at the opportunity because it was a really good opportunity. And Debbie is someone that I look up to in the cannabis industry. She's one of the few people that I actually look up to. She started one of the very first dispensaries in California ever, called Berkeley's Patient Group. And when I started my first dispensary in 2005, D&M Compassion Center in Clear Lake, California, I modeled my dispensary after Debbie's first dispensary, Berkeley Patient Group. So anyway, she asked me if I'd help her write the book. I said yes. And I said, how much time do we have? She said, we got less than 2 months. We got to turn this in really, really soon. I haven't written anything yet. So, and what happened was when she wrote or signed the contract to write this, Penguin Press had a pretty good idea of what they want. Now they have a format for these idiots guides. They follow a particular format. They can only be so many pages, so many chapters, blah, blah, blah. Because it's a series that they have on all different subjects. So there's a format. And so they sent her a sample table of contents of what they thought they needed to have in the book. And then Debbie took the table of contents and she edited that a little bit, sent it back to them, and everybody agreed that's what it was going to be. So when she asked me if I'd help her, she sent me a copy of the table of contents and said, now this will probably change as we write this. I need your input to decide if we need to tweak the table of contents or not. And we did tweak it a little bit, not a whole lot. She had really refined that process pretty good. So, but she asked me if I would help her. I said yes. So I helped her write the book. The first chapter I wrote was chapter 3. And actually chapter 3 was so long, I had to shorten it up. Then she asked me to write chapter 4, and I wrote chapter 4. It was too long, more pages than it's supposed to be according to their format. So we turned chapter 4 into chapter 4 and chapter 5. But I wrote about 12 or so, a little more than 12 of the 22 chapters in the book. And the book is, let's see, it's $21.95 US and $28.95 Canadian. You can buy it online, Amazon. Amazon was the first to carry it. They had pre-orders before it was ever out. You can get it at Barnes & Nobles. Pretty much everybody that sells books, this book is available. And so what we did is we got the book written. Now after we wrote the book and we turned it in, Debbie asked me if I wanted my name on the cover. I said, oh yeah, sure, I want my name on the cover, you betcha. And so she submitted it with my name as a co-author to the editor. And that's where the disconnect went. Somehow or another, the editor did not get those changes to the publisher before publication. That was a big oversight, a mistake. I was apologized to, and what can you do? It's printed. It is what it is. Now Debbie did give me very good acknowledgement in the acknowledgments. I'm the first one that she acknowledges and thanks for assisting in writing the book. And we had some other help too. We had other experts that we had to go to and ask questions about as we were doing our research and writing the book. But the book really is a step-by-step instruction on starting and running a marijuana business. And the first chapter is a chapter on history of cannabis. The second chapter is why open a marijuana business. A lot of people have a lot of ideas on that, I can tell you. So it's a pretty extensive chapter, actually. Chapter 3 is where you start getting the meat and potatoes of the different types of marijuana businesses. That was the first chapter I wrote. Define the different types of marijuana businesses that are available and legal today in the legal states. And then, medical marijuana versus adult use. It goes on, talk about different marijuana products, distilling your concept. It even comes down to the step-by-step instruction on how to found your company. What do you have to do to actually form a company? What are the incorporation logistics and things like that? What are your incorporation options? Do you have to incorporate? Can you be sole proprietor or partnership or general partnership? Should I be an LLC, limited liability corporation, an S corp or a C corp? We go through all of that. Talk about writing and creating a business plan, which is extremely important. In the business plan, we talk about everything, your financials and the concept and all that stuff. And it's pretty much a step-by-step guide of what you need to put in your business plans. And then the very next chapter is about securing startup funds and so on like that, even so much as negotiating your lease. And then it goes on to tell you how to set up your different cultivation space, your grow spaces, what your elements for growth are in the business itself. Talks about part 5 and chapter 15 starts talking about dispensary operations and dispensary management. That's another chapter that I wrote because I've started and ran 2 different dispensaries, and Debbie assisted on that, but I did a lot on that chapter. And it's a really, really good book, and it goes all the way through to managing, training, and retaining employees, creating a winning marketing plan, pre-opening strategies, how to build a competitive menu. It literally is step by step. And then throughout the book, there's different things that they call out. We have a thing called high points, where we want to point something out to you. And then there's other instances in here where they may have something that they call hashing it out, where we're specifically want you to understand a particular concept or idea. And then anytime there needs to be a definition, we also have definitions if we're defining a particular product or a particular term or something that we use in the cannabis industry. So it's really quite eye-opening. If you guys want to go out and get a copy of this, I highly recommend it. It's a great book. We're talking to them about possibly writing another one. We haven't heard anything back to them. We pitched them a couple of ideas on what we'd like to do to take these individual chapters and write them into books, like one whole book just on bud tending or customer service in the cannabis industry, which is something that a lot of people don't really quite get. We're thinking we actually have to write a book about that. But anyway, I just want to thank you for taking the time, and if you liked this video, please give it a thumbs up. If you didn't like it, feel free to give it a thumbs down. And I'd appreciate it if you would type something into the comment, anything at all, even if it's just a one-word type. Any interaction people do with the videos, I get credit for that. And then subscribe. I'm going to be doing more videos about what I do in the cannabis industry, but most of my videos are going to be about fishing or how I incorporate cannabis into my fishing, which you have to be very, very careful about. But give me a subscribe, give me a like, say something in the comments, and I hope you guys have a great day. Peace out.